Since D.Va has been nerfed, we sure have seen a decrease in her pick rate. She's still viable, you just have to play a bit smarter and more disciplined with her. But with this tank not being picked as much, does the meta open up from 3 tanks to 2, with 2 supports and 2 DPS? Or is there another tank that could replace her, and replace her indefinitely even? What's up guys, BZK here, welcome back to another Overwatch video, and today we are focusing on one particular tank, and what this means for the meta being picked as much. I mean, it's a pretty significant change because I have seen way less D.Vas and more Winstons and Zaryas. To be honest, I've seen a Zarya in about 90 to 95% of my competitive matches, and it is a pain in the ass as a DPS player. But what makes Zarya so damn good? Well, for starters, she is a direct counter to D.Va due to the fact that she can shoot right through her defense matrix, but also has survivability with her bubbles. Not only do her bubbles stop incoming damage, they also charge up her damage when hit, so going up against something like D.Va is a lot easier now that D.Va isn't as tanky. Another thing is that Zarya goes very well with and against DPS heroes and completely dominates any 200 HP hero, especially supports. She's good at taking damage as well as dealing out a lot of consistent damage, and the only thing that can really stop a Zarya in her tracks is if she's, slept by an Ana, hacked by a Sombra, pinned by a Rein, or frozen by a Mei. Hanzo does a really good job against takes 2 with his Scatter Arrow, but Zarya still has amazing tools in her kit to help her, as well as a teammate, stay alive as well as deal damage. Then there is her ultimate, which synergizes very well with a lot of heroes, and is just one of the strongest in the game. Just a few examples are combining her Graviton Surge with, say, a Mei's Blizzard, or Rein's Earth Shatter, Reaper's Death Blossom, Hanzo's Dragon Strike, or even Genji's Dragon Blade. All of these work crazy well when coordinated. Not to mention Graviton Surge can help keep enemies away from the objective as kind of like a zoning tool. There is so much going for Zarya, but what does this mean for the meta and how can we counter her? As I mentioned earlier, Sombra can hack her out of using bubbles. Without her bubbles, she can't power herself up, nor can she take as much damage. Being an ability heavy hero paints a huge target on your back for Sombra to come up and hack you. If Zarya is hacked, she will be completely vulnerable for focus fire for about 5 seconds or however long the hack lasts. To be honest, I don't use Sombra that much at all, so I'm not exactly sure when her hack ends. But not to mention, an EMP from Sombra can take away Zarya's shields, so she goes from 400 HP to just 200 HP, just like a DPS or a support hero. So Sombra is a very strong counter to not only Zarya, but to any ability heavy hero like Rein, for instance. Another decent counter to Zarya could be any range damage, like Pharah or Hanzo or Widowmaker or Soldier or even Zenyatta. Not nearly as instantly effective as a Sombra, but at least you can counter her attacks with range so she can't hit you. Then whenever you see a pink bubble, just stop shooting or shoot someone else. I mean, you should do that anyway. But Tracer is another decent counter to Zarya in that if the Tracer is good enough with her movement, Zarya will not be able to hit her, while Tracer is just dealing out, ridiculous damage that absolutely shreds through tanks. But who should you pick on your team if your team has a Zarya to get the most from your Zarya? Right away, the dive comp works like a charm. She can bubble your Winston when he leaps to initiate the fight, which can be very annoying to play against. Also, bubbling your team's Genji or Tracer helps those fragile heroes stay alive a bit longer. And all this goes without saying that her Graviton Surge works wonders for, say, Tracer's Pulse Bomb or Genji's Dragon Blade. Pretty much any diving hero Zarya works well with because her bubble can help them stay alive while getting some free charge on her attacks. Another solid pick for Zarya is Reaper. Zarya and Reaper are both close range heroes, and with the massive DPS Reaper can deal out to other tanks, having him bubbled can help secure the kill. He can reap the soul to gain more health and then wraith the way back to your team, all while charging Zarya's attack. You can kinda see where I'm going with her. Ultimately, when your team is going up against Zarya, you have to make changes accordingly, otherwise any good Zarya could potentially carry her team. I've done it many times where the enemy team is a bit trigger happy and I get ridiculous charge by shielding our team's Rein or DPS players. One thing to note is that if you bubble your team's Rein, he still charges the Zarya attack even if he gets shot with the shield up. Just food for thought. You have to focus Zarya a lot more intelligently, and then once she dies, then the enemy supports are open for attack. Otherwise, Zarya's just gonna bubble them. When it comes down to it, it's gonna be the team that has the better coordination if you're wanting to take out the Zarya. She's a very huge threat, especially now that DPS heroes are being picked a bit more often. That's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe for more Overwatch videos in the future. And guys, have a fantastic day. YouTube, peace out.